Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be doing a bit of a different video. It's a bit of an interesting one. I'm going to be talking about gay, bisexual, or lesbian indicators in the natal birth chart. So when you're looking at someone's chart, if they have one or two of these, it's not saying that the person that you're looking at is gay, bisexual, or lesbian, but if someone has a lot of these indicators, it gives that energy that they very likely could be gay, lesbian, or bisexual. And I've compared with many gay people I know, and these same placements keep showing up in charts. So I'm going to talk about that today. The first one is Venus in Aquarius, or Venus in the 11th house, Mars in Aquarius, or Mars in the 11th house, Venus in Gemini, Venus in the 3rd house, Mars in Gemini, or Mars in the 1st house, Mars in the 3rd house, sorry, Venus in Sagittarius, or Venus in the 9th house, Mars in Sagittarius, Mars in the 9th house, Venus in Pisces, Venus in the 12th house. If someone has Aquarius on the cusp of the 5th house, Aquarius on the cusp of the 7th house, Aquarius on the cusp of the 8th house, because these houses, the 5th house is your flings and dating, 7th house is relationships, and the 8th house is deep emotional bonds. If you have Gemini on the cusp of the 5th house, Gemini on the cusp of the 7th house, or Gemini on the cusp of the 8th house. If you have Libra rising with Venus in the 1st house, if you have Taurus rising with Venus in the 1st house, if you have Venus in hard aspect to Uranus, so Venus square Uranus, Venus opposing Uranus, if you have Mars in aspect to Uranus, Mars square Uranus, Mars opposing Uranus, if you have Mercury in aspect to Uranus, Mercury square Uranus, Mercury opposing Uranus. In a lot of bisexual male charts, if you have Moon in Aquarius, this often comes up in bisexual men. If you have a stellium in Gemini, if you have a 3rd house stellium, because 3rd house is the Gemini house, if you have an Aquarius stellium, or a stellium in the 11th house, if you have a Pisces stellium, or a stellium in the 12th house, if you have Mars in Scorpio, if you have Mars in the 8th house, in a lot of bisexual male charts, if they have Venus in Aries, if they have Venus in Virgo, if they have Venus in the 1st house, if they have Venus in the 6th house, if you have a male with Mars square the Sun, this can show up in a lot of bisexual men. If they have Mars square Saturn, or Mars square Neptune. If someone has Uranus in the 8th house, this can come up in a lot of gay, bisexual, or lesbian charts. If you have Uranus in the 7th house, if you have Chiron in the 8th house, if you have Chiron in Scorpio, if you have the moon in the 8th house, or the moon in Scorpio. Now, Lilith can come up in a lot of gay, bisexual, or lesbian charts. If you have Lilith in the 1st house, or Lilith in Aries, if you have Lilith in Leo, or Lilith in the 5th house, if you have Lilith in Scorpio, or Lilith in the 8th house, and the final one, if you have Lilith in Aquarius, or Lilith in the 11th house. So yeah, have a look at your own chart, and you can kind of like find a few, and every chart I've looked at that like people I know that are gay, they will have 2 or 3 of these combinations in the charts. I just found that very interesting. You can find anything in someone's chart in astrology. There's so much information you can find in someone's chart. And yeah, I just wanted to share this with you. If anyone's after a astrology chart reading, send me an email or leave my email in the description below. But yeah, I'll see you next video.